Welcome, Warcraft 2 fans, to Braviet versus Reapy from Clan eur0. Up here at the 2 o'clock position, it is Braviet, and he shall be starting versus Reapy. Oh wait, Braviet is down here. Reapy at the 2 o'clock position, playing in the yellow. Reapy from the country of Finland, the newest member of NATO, I do believe. And Braviet from the country of Canada. Braviet hasn't been seen in quite some time. We're going to have to send a search party out to make sure he's okay. Brave the lands of Canada and find him and defeat him once again in Warcraft 2. So, Braviet at the 6 o'clock, not the best of spots. He's going to be doing a 1 barracks rush. Meanwhile, Reapy from Clan eur0 going to be scouting out with a peon. He wants to know exactly where his opponent is early on so he can begin that assault. And the barracks is going to be his weapon of assaulting. That choice he has made to repair that barracks. Wonder if that's why they call him Reapy, because he repairs the best, and or maybe Braviet. Or maybe not. No outlying scout farms here for Braviet. Reapy could get an early cannon tower rush on him, and Braviet would be none the wiser. He's going to move out with his initial grunt, and he shall actually meet this peon and attempt to chase it down. Score 1 for Braviet, who's going to prevent the peon from actually getting back here and producing that cannon tower. And then on the way is another grunt. Gonna scare that peon off for good, and he'll run right back home. Some good scouting information for Reapy, however. He can pretty well determine where his opponent is by the defensive posture his opponent was taking at the 6 o'clock spot here. 6 o'clock with the extra distance to that gold mine, so it's a little bit more tough to play, but not such a bad matchup against the 2 o'clock which has the peons pop out here on the side, so they get to walk themselves a little bit further than normal, as it is. Now, Reapy repping up that barracks. Wants to get himself with the double barracks producing grunts to take full advantage of the 6 o'clock's wide open entrance and huge amount of distance between the gold mine and the town hall. Now, Braviet pushing on out here with his grunts. I'd have to say that's a pretty safe thing for him to do. He's going to go knock at the front door and see exactly what's cooking in the land of Reapy. And level 2 to level 3 as well, so Braviet does have the advantage for the nonce. But this could quickly change, as it's only a single level advantage. Probably going to take full advantage of that single level advantage, though, and going to bust right in and get that scouting information that he is desperately wanted here. And not a lot of wood choppers to harass, so Braviet's going to turn right back around and run right back out that front door. Not a bad choice for a player like Braviet. Keeps a couple of his grunts alive, and he knows there's a huge train of grunts following these grunts home, so he'll have to group up his defenses, dig in the trenches, and set up some defense, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's got his defensive tower up here. The outlying farm, not quite within reach of that defensive tower, but still, here's a pretty nice door for Reapy to be knocking at, and it's going to be protected by the power of either a guard or a cannon tower. Most likely a guard, as he has his lumber mill up. And that's exactly what this is. The 1 guard tower defense and tier number 2 on the way for our hero Braviet. Meanwhile, no lumber mill as of yet for Reapy. invested all of his defenses or all of his resources into this offensive action. And it's going to pay off handsomely as he's already burning down the house, or at least this outlying farm. Braviet out here back trying to position walls so he could prevent any outlying grunts from harming him. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to grab me another Hams, America's Classic Premium Soda Popcorn in the land of sky blue water, brewed in true family tradition. And we're back. Sorry about that delay, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't think I would have ran out of Hams, but it happens to the worst of us, and it also happens to the best of us as well. So, where's that lumber mill? No lumber mill as of yet from Ripe. He's continuing with this envelopment tactic, and he's got a peon over here as well to do something. What will it be, says the drunken sailor? It will be not tier 2. So Ripe does a sneak around the backside and attacks the front. He attacks the front, he attacks the back. What an excellent strategy. And Ripe's in that front door. So when he was far behind in the old technology game, he comes crashing through that front door. And boy, howdy, I'm glad I grabbed me another Hams, because this is definitely a game to drink to. Ripe, but does Ripe get reduced to destruction from the repping of this tower? Even a catapult out here. Still, what a guy. Ripe does a huge army assault, and more grunts on the way. He's far behind on the technology now. Might not been the best game for Ripe to be playing, but still an excellent amount of action. He's never there to sit around and not attack. Ripe always on the assault, which is probably why he repaying so much his buildings. Definitely not repping or repairing his buildings because he is under assault. No, he's the one doing the assaulting. A nice, even a catapult. That's funny. A catapult is there to take down that tower rush. Ripe with the late game. Braviet gonna pause the game and LOL. I probably peed his pants because he can't believe that Ripe from Clan Euro was such a super stud. And while we wait here, I would like to advertise for The World at War, an HBO documentary about those who survived, lived to tell their story. So few remain. That is where you can find their legacy at The World at War. HBO Home Video, Pearson's Television International. All right, we're back to the game. Enough advertising. And now Bloodlust is going to be arriving, so Ripe, I don't think he's going to be winning this one. Or will he? Here comes a huge amount of grunts out at the front door. Braviet thought he'd be teching up, but Braviet was wrong as the grunts come pouring on in, smashing down the front door, fixing it so they could smash the front door again. And here they are, trouncing the front defenses and burning the place down. Braviet desperately trying to repair his tower. I was taken by surprise. I think you are too. Wow, WOW, and the game seems to be in the favor of Ripe. Eye of Kilrod coming over here, and he's gonna see what tier number 1. That's no fun. So Braviet might want to try to stay in the game, but he's not. He's taken off. Braviet defeated by Ripe from Clan Euro. Wiki Warcraft 2. Stay tuned for more action in the future. Peace out, homies.